ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oilfield services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robertstone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
Well, good evening and welcome once again, Preston Knight fans, as we come back in to the castle. Once again, Steve Blake and Terry Cochran courtside here as the Preston Knight boys varsity gets ready for some round ball action here. Season winding down pretty quickly in February, the regular season. Postseason play yet to come. Knights coming in off of a tough loss against Martinsburg. I'm not going to say disappointing because we saw some pretty good effort on the floor, and take on undefeated number 1 Martinsburg, even when they're in the midst of a long road trip. Not bad, but tonight's opponent, Robert C. Byrd, the infamous Flying Eagles. They come in here scoring about 61 points a game, giving up about 49 and a half. And the Knights are going to have to do a little better than their 56-point scoring average and a lot better than the 72 they've been giving up thanks to some of the bigger losses on the card.
Well, Steve, you know, those losses came to the hands of some pretty good teams. They had number 3 Morgantown in here, and then they turned right around, had to go down, and a loss that maybe we didn't think they should have. They went down to North Marion. Lost that game by a wide margin, which was something we didn't really think that would happen. And then they come back and they have to play number 1 Martinsburg, and they stayed with Martinsburg for the first half, I thought, and played a well of a game, and then it kind of slipped away.
Yeah, that was one that was back and forth in the first half, and Martinsburg a little bit slow on the uptake, but once they got rolling, they showed you why they're number 1, and no doubt they were going to win that contest going away, which they did.
Yep.
But Preston here tonight, a chance to rebound, and this RC Byrd team, a real good AA squad, a team that Preston on paper should match up with pretty well. Most experienced thing about RC Byrd is Coach Bill Bennett.
Yes.
He's been a head coach for 16 years. He's been a head coach all 16 of those years at one school, RCB. Kind of reminds me of a guy we used to know and kick around
dearly
here.
Love, Mr. Barry Sanders himself.
Mr. Barry Sanders used to spend a lot of time here and was long-time coach, and you don't see that all the time, even at the high school ranks anymore. But at this point, Coach Bennett's experience means he reloads. He doesn't rebuild too much. But for Preston coming in here, Coach Paul Kuntz has a game plan. And with that game plan comes opportunity. And that opportunity is something we want to talk about a little bit here. So Coach Kuntz going to join us momentarily as we get ready for the start of this one. As he slides into the booth here. And Coach Kuntz, we thank you for stopping in here real quick before this one gets started. We talked about the experience that R.C. Byrd brings to this one, and the biggest experience, their coach. He's been coach at the same school for 16 years. He kind of reloads.
Yeah, we were just talking there. This is kind of a rebuilding year for him. They're 14-4, and it's a rebuilding year, but he's got a lot of sophomores and juniors on the team. But they like to play. They like to get after it. I'm sure they'll press us a little bit. And, they're quick. They go to the bucket. They shoot well from the corners, and we just got to take care of the business.
Yeah, energetic group coming in here. Looking at some of the scores they've put up. They've had 3 games over 70 points, 8 times over 60. They've never scored the 85 that you did in one game this season against Liberty. But the Knights on paper match up physically pretty well with this group, I think, if we can stay with them and control the tempo. Yeah,
we had a lot of turnovers against Martinsburg. We've got to take care of the basketball tonight. We can't have 30 turnovers. We've got to score in the paint, and we got to have a lot of good ball movement, and we just got to play our game. I can't have players standing around, not being active, watching balls go out of bounds instead of just going over and getting them. The little things, and it's coming, but we've been all year waiting to put a full game together, and we're hoping it's tonight.
Coach, I know you got to get with the team here. We got about a minute to go before we get things rolling. We appreciate it so much you stopping by here to talk to us, talk to the fans out there, and good luck tonight.
All right, thanks, Steve.
Coach Paul Kuntz off to take care of his pregame duties, and we'll be set here just momentarily for the start of this one. We'll have the national anthem and introduction of both of these teams coming up here as we wind down towards starting time. But we thank you for tuning in here on Hometown TV for this, another Preston Varsity basketball contest. And more basketball to come. We've got the girls playing later this week. We've got the boys with a couple more good home games coming up against big opponents, AAA opponent and a AA opponent to entertain you. And we'll be here for those in the castle. Right now, let's go to the floor and get ready for this one.
All right, Steve, out comes the Preston High Varsity Cheerleaders, and they will entertain us just before the tip of tonight's contest.
Let's take a listen.
Senior Captain Avery Schaefer, Captain Bridget Barley, and freshman Riley Bowe. Service for the Eagles, coached by Byrd. Number 0, Corey Miles. Number 2, David Kennedy. Number 10, Varsity. Number 11, Blake Neon. Number 14, Tanner Kennedy. For the Knights, coached by Paul Coates. At guard, a 5'10" senior, number 12, John O'Reilly. At guard, 6'1" senior, number 4, Corey Miles. At guard, 6'1" senior, number 11, Monty Ronello. At forward, a 6'3" junior, number 15, Nick Smith. And at forward, a 6'1" junior, number 23, Austin Levine.
All right, with that, the Knights on the floor. And Terry, they came out looking seriously focused here this evening. Not to take anything away from prior effort, but the Knights look like they're on a little bit of a mission here after that loss to number 1 on Saturday. They want to get back on the winning track.
Well, you know, they've been up against the best of the best, and this team should not scare them any. As far as that goes, they should know that they can come out and play with RCB. It's just a matter of whether or not they're going to give that effort all the way through this game and not just for one half.
Well, I think that's exactly it. They've got to play a complete contest here.
All right, we're ready for the tip. Tip goes to the Knights as RCB comes out, puts pressure right from the start. Hard-nosed man-to-man defense. Try to get the ball inside. Bad pass. Byrd takes it to the other side. Knights in their 3-2 defense, sets it up. Ball out of bounds to Byrd, off one of the Knights players. Smith out front for the Knights in that 3-2. Now a shot from outside, and number 14, Tanner Kennedy.
Kennedy's got a sweet-looking shot, Terry. Knights are going to have to get somebody in his face, even out on the perimeter.
Well, I think that's what Smith is supposed to do outside. That time he got caught off to the side, not out front where he should have been. Now Piles drives it to the hole. Corey Piles.
And I think Corey comes into this contest maybe with a little extra focus. He was frustrated on Saturday. There's no doubt about that. He didn't play as big a role as he wanted to in the offense. because Martinsburg had well scouted and knew what kind of a shooter he was, and they doubled down on him at times and kept him away from the ball.
Austin Matheny gets the start tonight for the Knights. He hit a couple big threes in that fourth period the other night. Rebello with a little floater up on the glass, did not go, and back comes Byrd.
Smith clears the glass, a big defensive rebound there. Very important that Preston deny second and third chance opportunities here this evening.
Lockery all the way to the hole. Rebello tried to go up in midair and tip it in, and he gets plummeled to the ground by number 10, Bryson Lucas. His first personal. Monty Rebello up with the left hand. Good on his first attempt.
And with that, Preston has the lead.
First lead of the night for the Knights, 4-3. Tried to force it inside to Bryson Lucas. He lost the handle, and back comes our Knights. Looking for some switching on the screens. They get it to Smith. Smith with a turnaround, drives all of the way to the paint. Oh, what a shot!
Nice finish by the big man.
Nick Smith with some slice and dice and a little circus move to go with it. Good pressure defense by the Knights. Byrd will retake the ball from the far sidelines, bring it in, set up against the 3-2. They're trying to get the big man, number 10, Lucas, in the paint where they can work with him. Now a shot from the outside, no good, but right there to clean it up. Out of the midair, Tanner Kennedy. He's got all 5 of Byrd's points so far. Now Kennedy dogging Corey Piles. Now they get it over. Here comes John Noah Lockery in. On the glass. John Noah. Rebound Lockery. He's going to push it. Oh, he finds Smith down the middle. Nick Smith. That last play was all from Austin Matheny. He found a cutting Nick Smith down the paint.
Matheny is doing a nice job of fitting into this rotation, Terry, and definitely coming off the bench, contributing well the last few games. He's earned a chance to start.
Miles almost lost the handle. Byrd is going to live and die by the 3.
Well, right now they are, because Preston is packing things back in and denying them much in the paint other than the occasional second chance opportunity.
Feeney thought about it. He turns. Now he's looking for help. Gets it to Piles from the top of the key. No good. Byrd on the fast break all the way in. Piles partially blocks it. Or stopped that fast break. Good job by Corey Piles. Now Nick Smith loses the handle. Run out the other way, up and good. Corey Miles takes it coast to coast. I believe Corey's probably the most athletic on this Byrd team. Watching him warm up, Steve, he seemed to have all the right moves.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be the quickest on the floor for Byrd tonight. And a good shooter.
Byrd stays in that heavy man-to-man pressure.
Ball tipped out deep down there in the corner.
Yeah, Megan got a hand in on it over there.
Preston will have it on the side. Piles is set to inbound.
Shannon comes in for Matheny, gives him a little more size underneath for Preston. Rubello looked to pass off, nobody there, so he wisely gets it back out front to Corey Piles. Now a little give and go. Rubello up with the left hand, go! That time Monty stayed in control of his body down in the paint and made a couple quick moves and got it up.
At the end, he sold that with a nice head fake and got around the final defender there and laid it in soft on the left side.
I thought last week on Saturday that Monty played just a little bit too fast. Got a little bit out of control. That time he well in control. Nice block down low. I believe that was Rubello. Now he comes firing out. Little slice and dice. Whoa! Monty Rubello.
Now that's the Euro step done the right way.
Little hop, skip, and a jump.
Like a hot knife through butter, Rubello slices through RCB and gives the Knights a 12-8 lead.
Now a timeout on the floor.
Yeah, Coach Bennett has seen enough, and he wants the RCB squad to huddle down here and talk things over. He has seen all he wants to see of the Monty Rubello show, I can tell you that much for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him make an adjustment in personnel. And even if it's someone that's been on the floor, maybe shift responsibilities here to try and match up better with Rubello, because I don't think they saw him coming.
Well, the Knights so far in this quarter up 12-8. We only have 1:17 remaining in the quarter. Playing exceptionally well against this pressure defense that Byrd has put out on the floor. It just seems like you're just waiting, though, for those three-pointers to start raining down from this Byrd team. We know they can shoot. We know they average well, Steve, up in the 60s. So
yeah, they do. They don't have any real gaudy performances. They haven't put up 80 points even one time, but they've been in the 70s on a few occasions, and have done well offensively, outscoring their opponents by an average of 16 a game.
Byrd still confused with this 3-2 that they're seeing from Preston. Now they find the opening down on the baseline. Nice little give and go to Miles. We know he can get off the floor, so they're going to have to watch that back cut screen. Now a turnover, and Byrd fast down the floor, but a block by Corey Piles. He says none of that in here.
And that was clean. He got all ball. Byrd will own it on the out of bounds under the offensive glass. But a nice stop.
They get it into Miles. Miles going to take it just outside the arc, off the side of the iron.
And Preston doesn't have to hurry here. They've got 30 seconds.
Nice screen set by Lockery. Now they're looking down low for Shannon. Nothing there. So they'll work it back around the top of the perimeter. But another steal by Byrd. Quick hands. Leads to a run out the other way. Up goes Miles. Ties this game at 12.
And the problem there was Byrd had numbers going down the court, and the Knights couldn't get there in time. Well, that'll run the clock out on period number 1, a fast-moving contest in the Castle. And we're going to take a break right here real quick for these messages from the folks that bring you Preston Knight Varsity Basketball. And we'll be back right after this.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oilfield services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robert Stone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
We are back as the cheerleaders lead us into period number 2, and the Knights in a tussle with the Flying Eagles. Preston had a nice little 4 or 5 point advantage there briefly, Terry, but RCB took a timeout, made some adjustments, closed the gap.
Yeah, they found the hole on the backside of this 3-2. Corey Miles, that young man can get off the floor, and 2 lobs and a couple other fast breaks, and they're right back in it. Preston's going to have to take care of the basketball a little bit better from the guards out front. They're getting their pockets picked, and that's leading to runouts the other way for RCB.
And Byrd will have the ball to start period number 2 here. Testing that perimeter once again, but always looking for a cutter inside.
Yeah, I thought Tommy Hawkins was going to take that 3 a couple minutes ago. He let it go. Now a shot from the baseline. Good, up and good by number 10. Lucas starts the scoring here in the second period and puts RCB up 14-12.
Their first lead, and an opportunity here for the Knights to come back down. Do something about that.
Going to get a call against Byrd. I believe it goes against number 33, Tommy Hawkins.
Pretty clean contest up to now, foul-wise. Both teams with just 2 team fouls.
Piles from the corner, a little strong. Out of there with the rebound is Tanner Kennedy, and he pushes it hard down the floor. Mr. Athletic, Corey Miles, up on the glass, good.
Well, they found what they wanted on that right side here the last couple trips down. So Preston going to have to make some adjustments on the fly. One of those adjustments is Caleb Seipold just ran down to the bench, the scorer's bench, to check in. So Coach Kuntz going to put a big body in there and kind of dare them to see what they can do against Caleb.
That time Smith lost the ball, but it went right to Shannon, and he knew what to do with it. Put it right up on the glass, scores it. Zach Shannon. A fight for the ball, out of bounds to Byrd. And now Seipold will enter the game. He's going to take Shannon's position and go to the center location. Byrd also changing some people in and out. Now Burrow will come in the game. He'll replace Rebello. Fresh bodies everywhere right now. Rebound by Byrd. Good job by Corey Piles to cut that off. Now he finds Lockery streaking down the right side. A little give and go from Piles to Lockery. Corey hit him right in stride. John Noah knew what to do. Get it up on the glass.
Nice transition basket by the Knights after getting a stop down here, and I think the impact that Seipold made coming in
Mr. Miles
was telling.
Mr. Miles found that out real quick as he dove into the center and hit Seipold and didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, they actually tested Caleb about 3 times, and the third time was the biggest test, and he stood firm.
Looks like they got Caleb on his first personal.
Well, they have to challenge him and see if they can get some fouls and get him back out of here, because one thing Byrd does not have is they don't really have a body to match up against him.
Logan Parsons to the line. Ties this game at the 5:40 mark here in the second period. And now they take the lead, 18-17. Lockery guarded closely by Gavin Kennedy. Rebello looks for an opening, nothing there. And a quick timeout by Coach Kuntz as Monty got trapped.
Yeah, he needed some help, and there wasn't any coming from any direction there. He got turned around, the ball went down, got slapped between his feet, and he got a little tied up there and didn't have too many options. So the Knights take a judicious 30-second timeout with 5:21 remaining in the first half of play.
Scoring pretty even in this period. Byrd outscoring us by 1 point so far. And that's the lead, 18-17. But the Knights have possession and will inbounce on this near sidelines. Corey Piles will bring it in. Shane Felton in the ball game now for the Knights, along with Caleb Seipold. So they went pretty big underneath. They look for Piles. And then they try to get it down to Caleb. They do, but he loses the handle. A bad pass, really.
Rebello diving in there, knocking that one away, and thought he slapped it off of the leg of the Byrd player, but the official sees it differently. I think he said Monty was on the line with contact with the ball.
Piles down with the rebound, long air ball. It's put up there by Logan Parsons. Now Piles drives the baseline. He's bumped hard, driven out of bounds. And they're going to get Tommy Hawkins with his second personal. And they'll have to bring him out and get Tanner Kennedy back in the game. Rebello to inbounds, looking for someone. Now he's going to have to kick it out strong. They find Rebello. They try to go into Caleb, and the ball, gets kicked off of a Byrd player. You can't get that ball that deep down by Caleb's ankles. He's not going to pick that pass up. You got to get it up a little higher to him.
Now, interesting switch here as the Knights go very big underneath, sending Smith back in here.
Smith with the left hand. Now a quick pass from Lockery to Rebello. He was not ready for that pass. Another turnover by the Knights. Staying in the 3-2. Knights very big on the back line now. Byrd's going to have to shoot deep. There it comes from the outside, no good. Rebound off of one of the Knights. I think Seipold and Smith were battling for the rebound. Went off of one of the Knights. The Byrd will get it back. Seipold's presence definitely bothering Byrd. They're not able to get it in as deep as they were before, but Corey Miles is on the bench right now. He's their leading scorer, taking a break.
This is a radical change in lineup, though. I don't think I've ever seen this combination in the front line for the Knights. Maybe it's some of the road games that we haven't made it to, but it's definitely affected the way Byrd is approaching the offense here.
Good tap by Seipold. Gets the ball out of there. Smith's going to take it all the way. Oh, good! Just a little shimmer and shine.
Well, excuse me, Terry. That broke a 2-minute scoring drought for the Knights.
The Parsons recovered quickly. They just didn't get back fast enough. Now they get it down deep. Now Seipold up on the glass. Go! Caleb Seipold getting some quality minutes for the Knights right now. Shaden Felton had a couple looks at it, got it up high on the glass and went over off to the other side, and Seipold picked it off and went right back up strong with it with the left hand and scores it, and will go for the and one.
He's got good instincts with the ball around the basket. He just needs to work a little on possession.
Misses the free throw, but the Knights up 21-20 with 2:43 remaining in this first half. That time they got what they wanted. Corey Miles with a drive and kick to Gavin Kennedy, and he scores it from the outside, 23-21. Foul goes against Megan. Matheny goes to the line for the Knights. Oh, in and out.
Byrd trying to make up for with speed what they lack in size on that front line.
Well, there's a nice, that's about the third time Corey Miles has driven that baseline, and he just does a little hop skip back into the lane and puts it up on the board. They've got to cut him off. Ball off of Byrd as Smith tried to kick it into Mason Hall. It went off of Tanner Kennedy out of bounds to the Knights. So Hall will come out now. Shannon, Rebello, Smith, Corey Piles, and Matheny in the game. (25-22) in favor of Byrd.
There's
Big
one
rebound.
dancing on the rib, and the Knights come down with it.
Big rebound by Shannon. He went way up above to bring that off the rim. Now they get it down to him. And now Piles, he kicks it back out. Piles misses the three. Corey has just not got untracked yet in this game. Beautiful play. Miles. Great body control by Corey Miles.
Inside the final minute of the first half.
Matheny went off the glass.
Well, the bank is open for Matheny.
Downtown.
Makes it a 2-point contest once again, and Byrd may elect to work the perimeter here and wait for a shot. No, they're going inside.
Now Smith comes out of there with a steal. They have Smith on a run out Somehow Nick Smith controlled that pass and took it up. Scores it. Knights tie the ball game.
10 seconds on the clock and turning, and Byrd will go now. May have waited a little long. No second chance as that one bounds out with the buzzer. We come to halftime here in the Castle, and it is a classic match against the Flying Eagles of R.C. Byrd. The Knights and the Eagles knotted at 27 as we go to the break. We'll be back with some stats and more right after this.
Ed B, do you know why I stopped you? Well, your sticker is dead, wires are coming out of your tires, and I heard your brakes squealing from way back yonder. You need to get to the tire ladies, get in alignment, get the brakes put on this thing, get it inspected, and while you're there, you might as well get your oil changed. And if you don't, next time I see you, you're getting a ticket. Barney, put that bullet away.
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Become part of the family at Preston Family Pharmacy. It's not just their name, it's their philosophy. They treat you like family.
Whether you've just left the hospital or a routine checkup, make Preston Family Pharmacy your neighborhood pharmacy your next stop. The friendly professional staff at Preston Family Pharmacy will make sure that you get the time and attention you deserve for all your pharmacy needs. Preston Family Pharmacy is currently accepting all patients.
Preston Family Pharmacy, Route 7 across from Walmart, Kingwood. They'll take care of you like family.
Happy New Year! Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
All right, we're back in for second half action. We'd like to thank our major sponsors, ATI Industries from Reedsville, West Virginia, and Preston Memorial Hospital, your close to home family hospital, our major sponsors for tonight's telecast. Steve, a really entertaining first half of action here against RCB.
Yeah, it's been a pretty even battle up and down the floor here in the Castle tonight. Has to feel pretty good for the boys to be this competitive. against a team that they know well.
Yeah.
Have not had a lot of success against in the last few seasons. And here tonight, I don't think anybody's taking advantage of anybody. I think these are just two good teams, a little bit in different directions. I mean, Byrd obviously with a good, healthy record coming in here, having only 4 losses so far on the season. Knights would like to give them loss number 5 here and get back on the winning track. Preston got to play a complete game. We said that at the outset. You see it here at halftime, 27-all. And Knights were a little bit streaky at times. Did a pretty good job reining that in and taking care of the ball. Better possessions in the latter part of that second period. They started out a little loosey-goosey with the ball.
Yeah, both teams, you couldn't ask for any better as far as scoring-wise. First quarter, both teams at 12. And then second period, both teams at 15. So that rounds out the scoring. Corey Miles has done most of the damage for Robert C. Byrd. Very athletic. He's been killing us on the boards, and he's been killing us on that little baseline move that he has where he just cuts in, and then one quick step, he's in and up on the glass. He's got 13 points so far here in the first period, or in the first half. So he's one that we've got to limit shots coming in, Steve.
Yeah, the Knights are going to have to find a way to contain him. I found it interesting. The strategy that Paul Kuntz went to was to do something that I don't recall seeing him do at any point. Took a couple of his younger guys, a couple of his bigger guys, mixed that in with Nick Smith. Corey Piles wasn't probably too happy to come out and let that happen, but he was only out for a few minutes. But the Knights with a big front line of Seipold in the middle and with Smith on one side and Shannon on the other. And then Shannon came out, and the Knights just kept countering with some of these young players. It was a good look for Preston. I think it picked things up.
I think it did too. I liked Seipold's work in the paint tonight on defense and on offense. I also think that we got to get Corey Piles on track. He's just not shooting the way we know Corey Piles can shoot, and he can bring us to the front really quick if he starts hitting those threes.
I can't say for sure, but having looked at a little bit of footage at halftime from the first half, it seemed to me like Piles and the rest of the Knights at times were rushing a little bit. They were just a little too anxious. They need to take that breath and then pull the trigger. And I think they'll get things going here in the second half. I'm sure there'll be some good adjustments made. And Preston just needs to keep doing the one thing that they did well in that first half, and that's giving good effort.
Yeah, we know that there's going to be some adjustments down at the other end too. You know, we've got a head coach in Bill Bennett that's been around a long time.
Yeah, you don't coach for 16 years and average. He's right at the 70% win mark, Terry, and that's the mark of a great coach.
All right, Knights get the ball first to start out the second half. They get it into Smith, and now the pressure begins. Piles trying to get untracked, fires one from outside off the rim. And Byrd just on a quick run out the other way. That's what you can't let them do, is get untracked with that fast break of theirs, because they will run you off the floor. Almost a turnover. Lockery gathered it up in the front court. To get it to Matheny, he's going to shoot from deep. But a rebound by Rabella. And they're going to get Monty with a push. He loves pushing with that offhand.
Well, in that case, I think he was just trying to find his balance, and the RCB player got in his way.
Byrd picking their way into the paint. Gavin Kennedy. And quickly they're out in front, 31-27. This is what we didn't want to have happen, a bad third quarter. It's cost the Knights the last two games.
Piles with a nice stop down on the other end.
Lockery down on the baseline. He's trapped by three Byrd players. And then Rebello turns it over. That was a nice drive. It just wouldn't drop for Bryson Lucas. Went behind his back, worked his way all the way down into, got it up on the glass, and it just didn't go in.
Preston has got to get control of the tempo here.
Now they're going to get, call goes against Blake Megan. His second with a grab underneath. Now they get it to Matheny and a shove in the back. They didn't catch the foul before, but they got Kennedy with a push the second time around.
Yeah, that one was a little more obvious. Knights need to settle down here.
They haven't put a single point up here in this period yet. Now finally they break the drought. 31-28. Byrd stepping it up on offense and on defense. Now they're beginning to bury those threes. Kennedy. Out to Lockery. Lockery misses a three.
That one was just a little flat.
Oh, what a pass down low. Way to work his body underneath. 33, Tommy Hawkins.
Byrd out to their biggest lead here tonight. Biggest lead by either team at 8.
They cut off Smith. He gets it into Rebello. Nice little shot from the blocks. Rebello from Smith. Monty got a fingertip on that ball, and it caught Corey Miles quick. They let it bounce on the sidelines. Out to the Knights. Lockery up into the front court. Gets it to Hall. Tried to get it into Seipold. They were all over him. No call. Back the other way. Miles misses it. Turnaround move by Rebello off of one of the RCB players. Nice little spin by Monty, but a little strong with the shot. They're looking for Smith, nothing to go. Mason's got to get it in a 5-second call. Nobody coming to the ball. Everybody was going away from the ball.
Yeah, the Knights have got to correct that. They can't be caught flat-footed here because Byrd is guarding these inbounds way too aggressively for that.
They've decided to take it to Preston. Tanner Kennedy just drove it hard. Seipold with a hard foul, but it still went in. So he'll get the and one. So now full court pressure. And a timeout called by Preston. They knew they wasn't going to get it across the timeline. Coach Kuntz quickly says that's enough.
Well, he's got to get Corey Piles back in there for some ball handling and ball security on these presses. Mason Hall had 2 and at times 3 RCB Eagles running at him, and that was just a little bit more than he needed, and he was not confident in the help that he had getting that ball up court. So he kind of got stuck over there, and Tom was running.
Well, they're only down 9, and there's plenty of time left in this third period. They just got to get back in control of this game. Stop the turnovers, get the ball down to Smith down low, and let him do his work.
Everybody's got to be aware that whether it's a miss or a make, Byrd is going to run that ball to the opposite end.
I could hear Coach Kuntz talking about getting the ball to Seipold and telling him to hit him in the hands or hit him in the nose, not at the feet. And that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. You can't expect that big man to pick that ball off the floor.
No, it's got to be above his knees.
Piles looking for Rebello. Nice screen set by Seipold. Now they get it to Seipold. He turns, and a tie-up as Tanner, looked like Tanner Kennedy reached in and got the ball. He just got to learn to get the ball up quicker above his head so the people doesn't tie him up.
Well, he caught that pass, wanted to take the big step into the paint there. He put the ball on the floor.
Yeah.
So there's a case of you don't want the ball down low, don't put it down there.
And that's what hurts when they come back and just drill a 3. 41-30. It's starting to slip away now from the Knights. They go to Seipold. Seipold finds Lockery. Good! John Noah Lockery from Caleb Seipold.
Then you see flashes of the talent that the big guy, remember, this is a freshman.
Yeah.
The big guy is going to be something special here as he continues to develop. Caleb with a nice recognition there, and that results in 3 instead of 2.
We call that on the floor before the shot. Nice little flip from Tanner Kennedy, but they're not going to let him have it. Foul against Seipold, his third.
Now on the rebound, we get another foul called at the 2:52 mark here.
And that goes against Caleb too. That's his 4th.
Well, they're trying to get the big man out of there. They don't like his body in the middle. So Caleb's going to have to come to the near side and set. And probably won't be the last we'll see of him here.
Now heavy pressure and a hard foul on 33. And I believe that's going to be his 3rd or 4th personal. 3rd. He gets Smith trapped on the baseline. He tries to get it to Rebello, and too many turnovers here in the 3rd period. It's killing the Knights. 42-33. And they're hitting everything they put up now. Gavin Kennedy has just unleashed himself. Rebello up at the left hand too hard. A block underneath by Byrd, and they get all the loose balls now are falling to Byrd. Oh, beautiful play by Corey Miles. He is so good off that baseline.
That's going to result in Coach Coons coming up off the bench waving for a timeout at the 2-minute mark here. 2 minutes to go, third period, and the Knights trailing by a score of 47-33. And with 2 minutes to go in this quarter, Preston has scored just 6 in the third period.
To 22.
And that's the tale of the game right there.
It happened the same way against Martinsburg. They played them tough first half, played Morgantown tough first half.
Starting to see a trend here. I think maybe we should lobby to just have halftime be optional.
Yeah.
I think we just kept playing, we'd be better off.
It just seems like these bigger teams just turn up the pressure in the second half on the Knights, and we just have way too many turnovers.
Yeah, obviously they're making adjustments that the Knights have not been able to counter, even though they have tried. And then they tend to seem to get a little nervous and start getting into that tempo that is a half a beat faster than they ought to be going, and the turnovers start.
And another turnover back the other way. Logan Parsons, and he'll get the and one. Smith could just not catch up with him. He went for the block. Parsons drills the free throw. Get it to Rebello. Rebello jumps in and scores it. That's the first points the Knights have had for a while. They were on a drought.
John Noah Lockery with enough dribbling skills there to get contact and get the foul on the floor. Team foul number 5 for RCB.
That was only Miles' first personal of this game. They're just so quick.
Yeah, they got it away from Rebello, and if you can get it away from Monty Rebello on the floor, you're doing pretty good.
Kennedy scores on the other end.
And the Eagles are doing pretty good.
Yes, they are.
(52-35) with 37 seconds and change remaining here in this third period of play. And Byrd likes to walk one up. I wasn't sure they could go that slow.
No. They're going to wait for the last shot. They like the lead they have right now, 52-35. This third quarter has been all RCB. And when you shoot like that, what do you say?
Well,
Gavin Kennedy.
In about 8 more minutes, you say goodnight and get on the bus.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what happens. 55-35 as we take this break and get ready for the fourth period. Knights got an uphill battle. We'll see what they can do with it when we come back after this.
ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oilfield services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robertt Stone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery. From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
Back in Kingwood as we get set for fourth period play. And the Preston Knights opened up a can of worms here. Played pretty tough against RCB for one half. And have paid a price for it here in this second half. Not able to score the ball very efficiently. Playing a little too fast. RCB took us out of our comfort zone.
I've seen a trend, Steve. It seems like when teams speed this Knight team up, that's when all the turnovers happen.
Yeah, the mistakes get made. They're just going a little faster. They're writing checks their bodies can't cash, as the saying goes.
Yep. They've got to keep the ball, keep under control, and that's not what they're doing. They're letting the other team dictate the speed and tempo of the ball game. Burrow with a drive off the glass, no good, and back comes Byrd. Quickly down the other end of the floor, Bryson Lucas. Paul's elected to go with the lot underclassmen. Matheny takes a shot from deep. Burrow tracked down the rebound, and it went off of one of the RCB players. So Knights inbound. So the Hall's in the game along with Burrow and Matheny. Looks like Brant's also in the game for the Knights. And a slam the other way. Corey Miles hammers it home.
Yeah, that excites the Byrd fans who are in attendance here this evening. And Preston going to take a timeout with 6:49 remaining in the contest, trailing 59-35. Well, check that, not a timeout. Just brought it to the sideline, inbounded again here.
Wow. Miles is just too quick for any player we have on the floor right now. He'll go to the charity stripe. Coach Kuntz seems to have gotten upset with his starters and pretty much pulled everyone off the floor after that poor third period performance.
Well, I think he's got to, he's got to look somewhere on the bench for some help. Wholesale replacement, that's a little different thing. Preston with a couple good opportunities there. And Byrd will take a timeout now.
Yeah, I believe he's going to get some younger players in the game now. 5 minutes, or about the 6-minute mark here in the final period. Once again, we'd like to thank our major sponsors, ATI Industries from Reedsville and Preston Memorial Hospital, your close to home family hospital. Thank those two sponsors for carrying us throughout the season, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. Along with everybody else that has chimed in here. We didn't get a chance to talk too much earlier about it, Terry, but just briefly, this RCB team, Davidson and Kennedy, the only two seniors on the squad. And then you look down the roster here, Logan Parsons is a junior, and Corey Miles is a junior, and Daniel Elam is a junior. Everybody else is a freshman or a sophomore. It's pretty good when you can play like this in a reloading year.
Yes. Well, they're 16-4 coming in, and they've played some pretty good quality opponents.
They've played some quality opponents. They've had some good games, even in losses. I'll point out one of their quality losses was against Fairmont Senior, 54-46. And we know what Dave Retton's team brings to the court. I mean, the defending state AA champs, come on. Pretty good basketball.
Hall comes out of there with a good steal, and he tries to get it down underneath. Ball gets away from Shane Felton.
And Byrd, again, just a little too quick of hand and fleet of foot.
Yeah, Lucas scores it. Another close steal. Matheny just tries a floater in the paint and was just short-armed it. 61-35 in favor of Byrd as they ran away with it here in the third period and start of the fourth period. And we're going to have a one-on-one situation. That's going to put looks like number 11, Blake Mahan. Megan? Is that Megan?
Megan.
Megan to the line. Blake Megan. Hard screen set by Burrow. And then a good give and go as Mason Hall got the ball to Burrow in the paint. He'll go to the line for the Knights.
Mauricio good with free throw number 1. And the senior will look for a double here. Oh, round to rim and out.
Preston's first point of the 4th period. A lot of underclassmen in the game right now.
Good battle for the ball down low on the baseline there that time. And the Eagles will have it.
And now we get a call. We're going to get a call against Shane. And another call going to go against number 33, Tommy Hawkins. A little rough play underneath by those two. Getting a little chippy down there. Felton gets a personal call on him. And the ball will go over to Byrd. All right, enough of that. Give him a little talking to. And
nothing to see here.
No,
move on.
Move on. Nobody wants to get pushed around. Saw Byron Brandt play hard in the JV game, and now he's back in there playing now for the Knights. Now he's trapped, gets the ball to Hall. Hall to Felton. Mason's going to take a shot. Wide right. Nice block in there by Brandt and Felton. Both of them got a piece of it. All right, we're going to see Jaden Foltz enter. Caleb Seipolt. Going to take some of the other guys out. Looks like we're going to play J.C. Harris. I like J.C. He can really get off the floor. He's going to be a good ball player for the Knights in the future. That came at the 4:10 mark. Now we go. Here comes J.C. Harris. Loses the ball.
Managed to slow down, turn around, and get it back.
Nice job by Seipolt. Come down with that rebound. It's just going to take a little development with Caleb. That's the big body that Preston needs. I think they just need to work with him in the off season. And he's going to be all right.
Oh, again, very good instincts, especially down low or around the iron. And that's where the Knights are going to need him.
About a 50% free throw shooter. Almost a steal by Foltz.
Yeah, 10,000 free throws over the summer will take care of that.
Yeah. That's what the Mountaineers need to do.
Yeah. Yeah, the Knights not the only team with some woes this year.
Davison just picked the pocket there a few minutes ago. Went right back up. Oh, nice job by Caleb to muscle his way in. Davison found out Seifeld's a little stronger than he thought. .238 remaining. Now a fight for the loose ball underneath. Harris almost with the block. We got a guy hurt on the floor. I think that's J.C. Harris. He's down. No, it's not J.C. It's Brandt. Byron Brandt. I don't know if he caught an elbow to the nose. Might have got poked in the eye.
Well, he went down pretty hard.
Yeah, he gets up now. Yeah, took a little shot to the eye. Byron Brandt playing hard in there for the Knights. Coach Kuntz will walk him to the bench. Might have caught him right on the bridge of the nose.
Yeah. You put a little ice on that, he'll be fine. He'll find out at school the rest of the week girls like scars.
Yeah. Might have a black eye out of that one.
He might.
Daniel Hall in the game, also for the Knights, along with Jaden Foltz. I'll call travel on Tommy Hawkins. Tommy's played a good game. He's got a lot of minutes in this game for Byrd today.
He does, and developing nicely in his role for the Eagles.
Not a lot of scoring, but he's played a lot of minutes. J.C. Harris into the paint, scores it. Nice job by J.C. Yeah, we got a lot of JV players in the game, and Preston's JV did beat RCB earlier in this first game.
Rather handily.
Yes, they played well. We got a lot to look forward to coming up here in a year or so. Jaden Foltz out front now. He takes a shot. Oh, in and out. Got it right in to the foul line. Took a shot. Just did not stick. 50 seconds. And a score in there by number 3, Wolf. .67-39. And a big three from deep. Daniel Elam. And that will end the game. 70-39 in favor of RCB.
Yep, Byrd just kind of walked away with that one over the last quarter and a half. The Knights, inexplicably, after playing a great first half, just sort of lost the ability or will to score the ball. And I go back to tempo. A big part of that I put down to just getting shoved out of our game and into their game speed-wise. And when that happens, Preston makes way too many unforced errors, commits too many turnovers, and out of sync, they do not score the ball well. And then I think that leads to a lot of issues and a lot of problems. We did get to see what you would call the developmental league tonight in the second half due to that. And, some of those guys are going to be special. I question, at Preston how you do what the schools in the urban areas do and get them a couple hundred games a year to play to develop. But if they can continue to develop the skills that we see out here, there are some young players that were on the court here tonight that you're going to be looking at over the next 3 years, next 3 seasons, doing very, very well for Preston.
Yeah, tonight, most of this game was played in the second half by RCB, and the big winner of that was Gavin Kennedy. He scores 15 points in that third period, and that's what really stretched that lead out for RCB tonight. Corey Miles, the other big player for RCB, he ends up with unofficially 17. Kennedy ended up with actually 18 because he had scored a tray in the first half. So they were the two big guns for RCB. We just couldn't stop either one of those guys. For the Knights tonight, Monty Ribello, he had a decent night, 10 points. Nick Smith down on his points production tonight. He started out like I thought he was going to have a really good game, but he only ended up with 6. And John Noah Lockery had 8. And that was most of the scoring for the Knights tonight,
Yeah,
Steve.
Unfortunately, they just couldn't get it uncorked. I think it would have helped us if Piles could have been more active on the perimeter making shots, but teams know that, and they run at him and double him. Then the Knights start to force things. It does not go well when that happens, and it did not go well tonight for Preston here at home. They go on the road to take on, help me out here.
They're down at Petersburg,
Petersburg, right? That's right. And that's another good opportunity for them before they come back home and finish it out with a couple of tough home games, Fairmont Senior and University High.
Wow.
I think I'd rather play Morgantown at this point.
Yeah, someone told me the other night, you wait till you see University High. They're really hitting on all cylinders.
Well,
right
they're doing what Martinsburg is doing. They're trying to get ready for that stretch run. Yep. They want to go back to Charleston. And who can blame them? That's a fun time. They want to play deep into the postseason. For Preston, they just need to develop some pride here, go get a win on the road, come back home, and finish it out with strong efforts, win or lose here in the Castle on the regular season. And then the good news is postseason, it all starts over. It doesn't matter. No. Everybody gets in.
Yeah.
So everybody plays and everybody gets their opportunity, and we'll see how it goes from there. But we appreciate everybody tuning in here on Hometown TV this evening. For Terry Cochran, for our executive director,
Rick
Walker, thank you. And for Bob Meisner, Dan Sims, everybody in the castle here tonight, we say thank you very much for tuning in on Hometown TV. And we will see you when we see you around the block and on the air once again with more Preston Knight varsity basketball coming soon. Until then, somebody won the rodeo. We'll say good night with that.